Put files deleted over the network into a Windows trash can. From a Windows workstation, when I delete files over the network, for example a file share, server disk, etc., those files are never put into a trash can, either on my Windows workstation or on the server. They're instantly and permanently deleted. This has always sucked in mo. Is there a software that, in this scenario, puts the files into a trash can somewhere for easy undelete? Maybe a Windows policy change, registry setting value, software utility, etc. Looking for a specific solution instead of general "hey, look into this," or "try this"? I'm convinced somebody has already solved this and can explain it. Thanks.
A network recycle bin doesn't exist. There is 2 ways around it. Use shadow copies or backups to prevent lost data. Locally, the recycle bin is part of Windows Explorer, and on the network you are not dealing with Explorer on the server. Explorer locally isn't going to copy the file to the user's workstation just to put it into the recycle bin. You can implement shadow copy, however, then users can undelete and compare versions. From this URL. Instead of pressing delete, move the file to the recycle bin. The provided link also suggests Netrobin, as Revolter says. The big problem behind it is that every time you delete, you transfer the file first.
It's a shame that an easy and effective answer has been downvoted on here. Othniel Cressy's steps do solve the problem without needing any extra software. I don't have enough reputation to upvote him or comment on his post, so I'm having to reply here instead, but it's a great solution for people. All you need to do is set the location of one of your personal folders to the root of the network drive, and Windows automatically adds that location to the recycle bin. I use the contacts folder as I have no other use for it, but you can use my music or my games. Right-click on the personal folder you don't use, for example contacts, and choose Properties. Find the Location tab. Click Move. And set the new location to the root of the network drive. I chose to not move existing files, there shouldn't be any anyway. Done. Check your recycle bin locations and you should see your network drive on there. I found this a great tip, so I hope it helps others.
I came across a utility when I was searching this issue. People on the way says Microsoft does not handle deletes over network shares. Looks true. Can't find more details yet. NetBin, Network Recycle Bin, is for this purpose. It moves deleted files from network drives to the recycle bin for later backups. I didn't test it, so you may want to try it.
Dump from Othniel Cressy links. A few years ago I discovered how redirected user profile folders in Windows get recycle bin protection, even when the folders are redirected to a network location. This was a huge find for me, and I used this feature to add recycle bin coverage to some of my mapped network drives. I shared this information on another forum here, this URL. Today I figured out a better way to achieve the same goal that doesn't rely on user profile folder redirection, and I'm sharing that information for other users to try out. You might want to take a look at these forum topics for additional information. This URL v=ws.10. ASP this URL. This URL, the standard disclaimer applies, this might break stuff. I've only tested in Windows 8, and my testing is limited. Try this at your own risk. This is what I've learned, or think I've learned, I might be wrong. Windows Vista and later store the configuration settings for the recycle bin for redirected user profile folders in this registry key _current_user /software /Microsoft /Windows /current version /Explorer /Bitbucket /known folder. Under this key are separate keys for each redirected folder that is protected by the recycle bin. The keys contain the configuration, information for each protected folder, and are named to match the guides for known folders. A list of the known folder to GUID mappings is available in one of the links above. The registry also contains a list of known folders at this location. p_local_machine /software /Microsoft /Windows /current version /Explorer /folder descriptions. So, I reasoned that if I could create my own custom known folder, I could add that to the list of folders that were protected by the recycle bin and protect any map network drive I wanted. So I looked at the list of existing known folders and created a key that was similar to the document's key. I then fiddled with the values in the key until I narrowed it down to the minimum number needed to make the recycle bin work. This reg file will protect a mapped X drive with a 50 GB recycle bin. You should modify the file to fit your needs. Windows Registry Editor version 5.00. p_local_machine /software /Microsoft /Windows /current version /Explorer /folders and GT. Encryptions 9147 E464 33A 648 E2A 3C9 361 417 def. Relative path equals x : category equals word : 0000004 name equals x drive. A few things of note: the GUID in the above reg file 9147 E464 33A 648 E2A 3C9 361 417 def came from this PowerShell command. Plus GUID, new GUID, toString, tupper plus. Each known folder/recycle bin combination requires a unique GUID. If you don't want to use PowerShell to generate a GUID, you can use an online GUID generator. I don't know what the category value does, but the key I copied had it set to 4, and that works, so I didn't test any other values. The name value is required, but is not the name that will be shown if you right-click on the recycle bin and select Properties. At least not in my environment. In my environment, the name that is shown is the name of the network drive. Making this change adds a location tab to the Properties page of your map network drives. I suspect this could be removed by changing the category value, but didn't bother to find out. I only tested with map network drives. I suspect this would work with UNC paths as well, but I didn't bother testing. I hope you're as excited to find this as I was to figure it out. Let me know if this works for you. I now plan to deploy the registry keys with group policy preferences and will update this forum post with any information I discover. Best regards. Russell update. I am now using group policy preferences to deploy the needed registry keys, and all my map network drives are now protected by the recycle bin. Update 2. I have tested now with UNC paths, and this works fine. I still use map network drives, but if your environment requires UNC paths instead, you can use them. Note however that if you have a map network drive that points to a UNC path, and you protect the UNC path with a registry change, if a user deletes a file from the map network drive that points to that UNC path, the file will be permanently deleted. See below for more details.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.